Hi, welcome to Jen's Daily Dish, where I bake things on camera for the very first time so you can bake along with me and learn from my mistakes. Do you still have your sourdough going? Every week I feed my sourdough. It stays in the refrigerator until today because I get to use that discard in this recipe, which is fantastic. This is a sourdough cornbread. So it takes that discard into the cornmeal for the cornbread recipe, and it makes it extra tangy, which sounds great. It still has the sweetness that you get with cornbread, but we're also going to brown the butter just a little bit. So it's going to add a little nuttiness to it also. So you get the tang, you get the sweetness, and you get the nuttiness. This sounds like a trifecta to me. So let's do this, but first, of course, I was inspired by this song. Every fall it comes to this, cornbread is in every dish, a million ways to make it come alive. Use your lonely sourdough, it has that tang you truly know. A million ways this bread can really thrive. We're making it right now in just 5. In 5? Well, the 5 starts now. The beauty of this recipe? We get to start with a cold oven, oh yes. So get your cast iron pan ready to go. Add your butter to your cast iron pan, cold. Add your cold cast iron pan with the cold butter into your cold oven. Turn on your oven to 425 degrees. Let it heat up. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes for that butter to melt and get toasty and little brown pieces in it. And at that point, we'll take it out. While the cast iron pan is in the oven, let's combine the dry ingredients. All-purpose flour, cornmeal, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt. Whisk together. Mix the wet ingredients together. Here's my sourdough discard. Milk, eggs. Whisk together until combined. Once your kitchen starts to smell like brown butter with that nuttiness, and you can see that there are some brown pieces in it and it is golden brown, you can take it out. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness, be careful. Be very careful. We're gonna let this sit here for about 2 to 3 minutes to cool down just a little bit. And then we will be adding some of this into our wet ingredients. You want to pour some of this brown butter into your wet ingredients. So after you've let it cool, I'm going to scoop it out, and you want to leave a tablespoon left in here and so that it coats the sides. So I'm going to use a ladle because I want to be able to stir at the same time. Use that tablespoon of butter left and just, carefully go around the edges of your pan here. Pour the wet ingredients into the dry. Mix together. Use a spatula to make sure that there are no dry pieces in it. Move the batter to your cast iron pan. Make into one layer best you possibly can. Bake for about 15 minutes until it is golden brown. It's looking set around the edges and a lovely golden brown on top. You do have the option to put it under the broiler for 2 minutes just to get even more golden on top if yours is not. But I think this looks great. And you know what? We get to eat this warm, which you know how much I love that. Lovely, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this lovely, super easy to make sourdough cornbread. I'm not sure if you can see the steam coming off of this, but this would be great with some extra butter on top, even though it's got butter in it. So what you do with your cornbread is up to you, but you know, it's all about taste. This is very warm. There is still steam coming out of it. So let's see if I can take a bite. This is a great cornbread. Do I taste a lot of the tanginess from the sourdough starter? Not really. Do I get a little bit of the sweetness from the sugar added in? Yes. Do I taste the cornmeal? Yes, this is clearly a cornbread. This is a great cornbread. Was so easy to make. Put it in your oven. Didn't have to preheat your oven. Super, super, super easy. I definitely will be making this again and again. Feel free to add more butter on top. If I can make this sourdough cornbread for the very first time with you watching me every step of the way, you can too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your family and friends, make for your family and friends, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram for so much more.